Hey guys, welcome back to another new video. So today we are going to check out the grandfather of all the flagship killers, the Poco F1. So this device released back in 2018 and everybody actually loved this device. There is no hater of Poco F1. People is still using this device as their daily driver or as a primary device. So I have been using this device about few weeks now, and I'm doing all sorts of things on this device, like playing games and doing social messaging and everything. It is actually keeping up pretty well. So I have the 6GB 128GB variant. You can get this device 8GB 256GB variant too. So if you are lucky enough, you can still get one of these, even brand new. Mainly this device became famous because of the price to performance ratio. So it got Snapdragon 845, which was the top-notch processor of 2018, and this device got that processor for $350 back then. But now if you want to get one of these, you have to spend at least $50 to get the decently working one. So I got mine for around $20 because it was Mi Cloud lock, and I did bypass it. So if you are thinking that I'm going to review any custom ROM for this device, that's not going to happen, because to unlock the bootloader you need Mi account, and I can't really log in my Mi account on this device right now because it is a bypassed device, and if I try to log in, it's not gonna happen. It will not allow me to log in, so as you can see here. But anyway, as for now, this device is running on MIUI 12 based on Android 10, and Android 10 is still pretty much usable, no issue at all. You can still use Android 10. By the way, the display here is 6.2-inch IPS display. Although the display on my particular device looks bad because this is a third-party display which I bought for $7, but it is kind of good, like the bezels and everything. For $7, it is a pretty good panel. But originally you will get IPS panel which is 60 Hz, and one thing which is pretty noticeable is the refresh rate of the display. It is noticeable. So if you are using a device which got 90 Hz display or 120 Hz display, this will feel a little bit sluggish. Even if you are using a budget device, still this will feel a little sluggish. But when it comes to like multitasking and doing everything, this is actually still makes sense, and it is much better than the today's budget device. And it got huge notch here, which kind of similar to iPhone X. So iPhone X released back in 2017, and Xiaomi and other companies did copy the notch, so it got notch, but the notch is pretty useful here. So as you know, the Apple used their 3D face scanner to scan the face, so it also got a IR sensor and the camera for 2D scanner. It is much better than the face scanning we get with our typical devices, because even at the night time with no light, still you can unlock your device without any issue with this device because of the infrared light. It is actually quite fast. So as you can see here, the light is blinking. It is trying to unlock right now. So it still makes sense. So usually I don't do benchmarking, but here I did it. So if I check right now, it got around 600K. Kind of pretty much similar to today's budget device or mid-range devices. It's still pretty decent score. And if we check the Geekbench, so CPU score, as you can see here, single core is 449 and the multi-core score is 1519, which is decent enough. So GPU got 1975, which is decent, and obviously I did play games on this. Still, you can get decent performance out of this device. So as far as usability goes, this is a still top-notch device. Even for primary users, you're not going to face any issue. Better if you put a custom ROM on this device, it will fly on custom ROM. But as I said, unfortunately, I can't do it. But one thing I have done is that I already debloated the ROM. So as you can see here, there is not much application. All sorts of Mi account or Mi application all are gone now. Even it deleted the Mi music player, and I had to install another audio player here. So I'm using a retro music player here. So after debloating, it is kind of working really fine. I haven't seen any kind of ads or anything like that. So if you are still using this device and if you are running MIUI, try debloating the device. It will provide you much better performance out of stock ROM. So try it. And as far as gaming goes, so I did play Call of Duty. Call of Duty still provide good FPS and you can still play in high FPS on this processor, no issue at all. The performance is quite good. And for PUBG, although I don't really play PUBG, but still it does provide good FPS on PUBG too. You're not going to have any issue. It still can provide 60 FPS in most of the gamings. Obviously I did not try Genshin Impact, which I don't really play, and I don't really know who's going to play Genshin Impact on this device. It will struggle on Genshin Impact, that is true. But for PUBG and Call of Duty, this device is still performing pretty well. And talking about the camera, so the main sensor is 12 megapixel. I think it is a Sony sensor, and there is auxiliary sensor which is for depth sensing, and we do get fingerprint scanner too here, so that's good. And the front facing camera is 20 megapixel, which the front facing camera still can shoot up to 1080p 30 fps, and the rear facing sensor can shoot 4K 60 fps, which is decent enough for today's time. Obviously today's devices can produce better result out of the cameras, but as far as price goes, the cameras are still solid. And we do get 3.5mm headphone jack, which is quite good if you are a gamer or someone who listen to music. This thing is nice to have. And we do get a Type-C port, which is 2.0, and the speaker. So we are getting only mono speaker with this device. The sound quality is not really that great, but it is serviceable, so it's still quite fine, no issue at all. So if you are talking about like performance of this device, the raw performance of this device is still pretty good. This kind of devices perform better than the usual budget devices, so still a really good device. And as I showed you, like the scores and everything pretty good, the gaming performance is pretty good. So for $50 you can't really go wrong with these devices. It is pretty handy. You are getting really good face scanner and obviously fingerprint scanner also available. And one thing which might let you down is battery backup. So it got 4000 mAh battery and it does not really perform that well, mainly because of this device is getting old and the battery is degraded. So if you are buying one of these from second-hand market, replace the batteries to get good battery backup. You can expect 3 hours of SOT from this device in normal uses. In heavy users, obviously you might get 2 hours, so that's it. So the performance of this device, as I said, decent enough, no issue at all. It does work pretty well. I'm really happy that I got this device because back then in 2018 I bought my Redmi Note 8, and obviously I did not have much money to buy these devices. It was quite expensive for me back then, but it was a top-notch device, and I know many people still using this device as a primary device, and they said it's still performing really well. So that's all about this device, and thank you very much for watching this video. So if you are still using this device, let me know in the comment section below. I would like to know.